Hi, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. It's nice seeing you again. So today I'm going to do my first get ready with me, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through everything that I do and from start to finish, and we'll see how this goes, whether I wind up editing or not. But we'll see how this goes, and you could just watch me struggle through this, and hopefully you'll get a chuckle out of it. I know I'm going to. So one of the first things I do when before I even put on any stitch of makeup is I make sure that my face is hydrated. And of course I use a cleanser on my face, and then I use my serums and my lotions and my under eye cream. So I think it's so important to make sure, for me personally, that my face is completely moisturized and is prepared for my makeup. Also, what I always do is have my hair up. I can't stand having my hair down when I'm doing my makeup, washing my face or whatever, because it just gets in my way, and I always put it up when doing makeup. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to go through, like I said, some of the things I do. Forgive me if this is not you know, as in depth, since it is my first one. We'll just see how it goes, and you can tell me if you want to see more or not. So we'll just talk through it. So first of all, I'm going to use a couple products here that I've never used before, and one of them is going to be, I picked this up, the Osmosis CC cream, color correcting cream, and I got it in warm. And this was, I saw this on Heather Rose's site. I'll put her, I think it's Beauty 40 Plus. I'll put, hi Heather, I'll put her website down below, but I got this CC cream, and I wanted to try it, and I thought it'd be the perfect time to try it with you guys, so we're going to do that. Again, it's in the shade warm. I don't use a primer. I have a couple samples that I've got, but for the most part, I just don't do it. I don't know why I don't, I just don't. Now, maybe that's a mistake. I don't know. I know a lot of you ladies like primers, but I just don't. I don't use it, at least not at this point. So, another thing that I do is, obviously, I shake up my tinted moisturizers or BB creams or CC creams, whichever I use, and then I put it on the back of my hand, and I just take my fingers and I start applying it to my face. Hopefully, you can see this. And I just apply it like I'm applying a moisturizer. When I do apply my creams, by the way, I also make sure that they are all, especially when I'm layered, I try to keep it, you know, let them all sink in for at least, hopefully 5 minutes at least, but if I have more time, longer, so that all the good serums and the creams get sunk into my face and don't interfere with the makeup when I'm, you know, when I'm applying it. So I just use my fingers. Again, I usually use a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream, and this one I wanted to try. I wanted to see how it was. It goes on very nicely so far. I really like it. As you can see, I'm just taking it down my neck. Boy, that's very nice. I think I used 2 pumps. I probably could have used less, but that's okay for the first trying of this. And I want it to be as seamless as possible. Now, if you would look at my skin, you would probably think, well, why are you wearing warm? You probably should wear light. Light is actually too light for me. And while my skin is on the light side, just looking at it, it usually skews around a light medium and maybe a more of a medium in the summertime. Even though I don't tan, I still do get a little more color because I'm outside more. But so I usually go for a medium, warm, or light medium type of tinted moisturizer. And because my skin has yellow and green undertones, I think I can get away with it not being, you know, having demarcation from my face to my neck, because it all just blends in nicely, and there's never, you know, you never see a big line, and it always seems to match the rest of my skin and my neck and my chest too. So another thing that I do after I apply the CC cream is first of all, I'm in a light here where I'm sitting exactly where I would do my make with you. Everything's pretty much the same. The lighting's the same. I've got the lighting of the outdoors. It's beautiful. It's early in the morning here, so it's a nice light for me to do my makeup. And so I have this mirror I've had for years. I love this mirror because it's 10 times, it's got three, whoops, sorry, got the glare. It's got 3 different magnifications. I think it's obviously 1 time and then 10 times, 5 times, and maybe 3 times. I don't remember. Anyhow, I love this mirror. I've had it for years. I cannot find this mirror anymore. So hopefully I don't break it. But anyhow, so I use this mirror. And you'll see why I like this mirror so much, because I'm able to flip back and forth. But I take a sponge. Now this one happens to be the Sonia Kashuk I bought not too long ago, and I love this sponge. It's very, very nice. It is damp, so I did make sure it was wet, and then I just go in and I just double check that everything is blended in nicely. Now when I turn the mirror, I can see better. Make sure I'm getting in my hairline, eyebrows, make sure there's no makeup in my eyebrows, around my nose and my mouth, and so on and so forth. So it pretty much looks like skin. I mean, it really is. I basically use tinted moisturizers for the skincare benefits, which is one of the reasons why I like them so much, and or BB creams and CC creams. But I also use it to warm up my skin, and then of course I like the SPF that it has. So I don't really want to cover anything up. I just want to give my skin protection. I wanted to give it more moisture, a little bit of color, and some glow. And that's basically why I wear any type of CC cream, BB cream, or tinted moisturizer. So then the next thing I do, and I don't always do these in order, I'm just playing around, and I do play around a lot with makeup, but the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to use my tried and true, which is my Maybelline Age Rewind. Now, what I like to do with this is I just go under and over. I don't use an eyelid primer either. If my nose, if the sides of my nose are a little red, I cancel it out with this. This is, I think I said medium. I put this over my lips too to cancel my color of my lips out. So, because a lot of times I'll put on lipstick and my lip color seems to change the color, and no matter what I do, it always seems to do that. So I don't even bother with a lip primer because none of them seem to work, but if you know one, let me know. But it's hard for me to get a true color on my lips because they always change color down the road. But at least if I start with a concealer and just kind of give me a blank canvas on my lips, then it helps show a truer color, at least in the beginning. And then as you can see, I'm still really not using, well, I'm not using any brushes. I'm just kind of tapping and rubbing in lightly. I'm not pulling or tugging. I'm just rubbing it in lightly. Just for my dark circles that I seem to be getting as I'm getting older. And then I go back. Well, dark circles run in my family, but it's genetic, and I don't know. They're not too bad yet, but I'm sure as I get older, they're going to keep getting worse. But that's why we love our concealers, ladies, right? Okay, so then I go back in with my sponge, and I just make sure, you'll see me again flipping back so I can see better, and see in the, I think this is a 5 times that I'm looking at right now, to make sure that everything is in pretty good shape as far as it all being blended, and it looks like it is. And then I will go in with the Age Rewind. This is the brightener. And I will just do a little bit in here. Now, the reason I don't like using it completely under my eyes, like all through here, and I do once in a while, but for the most part I just use it on the inner part right here to just brighten up this area even more. But the reason I don't like to use it all around is because, and this is rare for me too, because I don't go around taking selfies. I really don't, and I don't have a lot of pictures taken either, so so it's a rare case. But if there is a picture taken of me, sometimes you'll see with this brightener stuff, like the Touche Éclat, the original, which I think was the Radiant one, you would get a flashback from the cameras, and you would see like under eye, almost, I don't want to say raccoonish, but there would be white under the eyes. So I don't think this does that as much as that Touche Éclat did, but you know, I don't want to take a chance, so I just pretty much just keep it to the inner corner here. And then I just go back in again. And I especially don't want to, because I'm starting, you know, as we age, maybe you don't, but I'm starting to get a little bit of hollow through here. And I don't want to exaggerate that by lighting up that area. So you know, if I would use something really light around here, it would really exaggerate the hollowness. But so I just like to do the inner corner like I'm doing here, and just gently keep pressing it in and going back. And it is so important to me, for the most part. I really don't do anything precise, ladies, especially when it comes to eyeshadow. Some of you ladies do such great eyeshadow looks. I just love to watch you guys. But I really don't do anything really precise with my makeup. I just kind of make sure it's all blended. And I don't really go for any looks per se either. I just want to look fresh, and you know, have my skin be warmed up, and just have a pretty look for the day. And I pretty much don't change it up. It pretty much stays the same way, which will be boring for some of you lovely ladies who do some great colors. It's amazing what you guys do. I just love watching it, but I just pretty much stay with the same colors. Okay, so then what I do is I don't powder my whole face. I usually concentrate under my eyes. Oh, sorry, I am using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. Now, I'm not a big high-end makeup person, but I have purchased this several times. I really like this. Sorry about that, guys. It's a nice finishing powder. And again, I'm not into powders that much, because like I said, I don't really use them, but you'll see what I'm doing. I'm taking a Real Techniques brush. What is this? This is the setting brush, and I'm just lightly setting my eyes, and just basically right down here and under my eyes, very lightly, very, very lightly. And again, I go back in and look and make sure that this is all nicely blended and there's no creasing. But this is a nice powder. I do like this. The problem with this powder is how big is this? It's a little over, it's not even a half an ounce, and it's a lot of money. But it is a nice powder. I don't use it that much, and it lasts me a long time, so I don't mind spending it once in a while. Again, though, I always get stuff on sale, especially high-end stuff. This CC cream was like $45, and I think I got it for like $26 on lovelyskin.com, so I thought it was a great deal. And so far, I really like it. I mean, I can't even really feel, that's the other thing about me. I don't wear a lot of makeup because I hate the feeling of a lot of heavy makeup on my skin. So that's another reason why I like tinted moisturizers or BB creams or CC creams, because they're lighter. And I'm sure there's foundations that are very similar now with texture and how light they are, but this says it softens, lifts, and illuminates, and so far, I have to tell you, this is good, Heather. I really like this. So I'm going to see how it works throughout the rest of the day. And we will continue to use it. I'm glad I got to try it with you guys. Okay, so then the next thing I normally do is I go in with my bronzers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I have the Too Faced Chocolate Gold. And I've talked about this one before. Let me try and open it. If you can see that. It is a nice chocolate. Smells a little like chocolate too. It's a nice little chocolate scent with some gold in it, and it's not a matte bronzer at all. Now this is where I've said before I don't really contour, but if I do, this is kind of how I guess I do it. I never really even considered it being a contour, but I guess it is. And I'm going to take this brush. Now, I'm experimenting with these Real Techniques brushes, and I think these are the, what are these called? I think they're called the Rebel Trio. I could be wrong. This one, there was 3 of them. This one is the Rebel Edge Medium. Now, I like these brushes, if you can see that, because I like the way it's cut. And I think Real Techniques, they have some very, very nice brushes. The only thing I don't like about these brushes, and here's the bigger one, and then there's a little one. Let me grab it if I can find it. Oh, it looks like this. The only thing I don't like about these brushes is while they're very soft and they feel great on the skin, I wish they were a little denser because I almost feel like they're too soft, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. But what I do with this is I just swirl it around and tap a little off, and then I start to put my bronzer on. And this is basically how I do it. I go under, you can see that there, under my cheekbone. I go up here in my temples, up here on the sides. I do a little down the nose. Sometimes I contour my nose, but for the most part, I really don't. But I don't use a bronzer if I'm using a bronzer to contour my nose. And if I do, I wouldn't use a shimmery one. I would use something that's not as shimmery. But anyhow, so you can see where I'm putting my bronzer, and then of course I go down here and down the neck. Now, I usually use a bigger brush, and I've been experimenting with this to blend this all in. So what I start to do is just get in here and start blending. Again, there's no exact science. I just want to blend this in. And I love this brush. I love the way it fits. I just wish it was a little denser because it's almost too soft to really do what I want it to do, which is to really get the blending of everything. And you know, and if I keep doing this over and over, of course it'll keep you know, blend in. But I would rather have it more dense and more packed like this brush, which is my Eco Tools. Geez, I don't know what, this is an old brush, but it's more dense, it's more packed, and I could really get in here and start blending away. So I do love those brushes, but if you're looking for something that's a very, like a dense, more packed brush that's more, you know, more compact, so you can get a better blend with it, I don't know that these would be something that you would be looking for. So I go back in if I want, tap it off, and then just keep going in the temples again. And again, I just keep checking the mirror. All down here, down my neck. Make sure it's all blended. And all I do, and if you can see, I'm really not looking for a contour face. I'm just looking for something that's just going to warm me up and give me a little bit of glow. Get up in my jawline, and again down the neck. So far so good. I could probably use a little more, but we'll stop there for the moment, and I'll keep going on. Boy, we're getting long on time already. Okay, so I am going to, now this is where I really don't do a whole heck of a lot. So I'm going to take a, where is that brush? My e.l.f. brush. Now this is meant to be for a concealer. This is the e.l.f. brush. This is a concealer, flawless concealer brush. But I use it for to lay down some eyeshadow all over my eye. So I'm going to use the Tarte Toasted palette. And I am going to grab a color called S'more, and all I'm going to do is apply this all over my lid. All I'm trying to do is make sure that any dark circles or anything over, you know, on my eyelids is canceled out as far as color-wise. And it also acts as a primer for me to lay down one color. And then sometimes I'll just rub it on, run it under my eyes here. And check the mirror, make sure there's no creasing or anything, and there isn't. And then what I do is I take a shadow, and I think I'm going to use the Profusion Classics, and I am going to go in with, this is a pretty color. Let me see if I can get it. Here we go. I'm going to go and I am going to use this mic drop, this color right here. And you'll see what I mean by I'm not very precise about anything. And I take this, I put a little on my finger, and I start going in on my fingers, or with my fingers on my eyes. And all my goal is just to give me a little extra oomph to my eye color. And I want to keep going up in an upward direction, because of course I don't want my makeup to drag my eye down. So I'm going to go up with my finger. I keep going up, 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 up. If you can see that. And then what I do is take a brush, and this is the Real Techniques domed shadow brush, and I just go in and blend it out. Now again, I'm not doing anything precise. A little fallout here. There we go. I'm not doing anything too precise. Hopefully you guys can see this. And I just want to give it a good blend. And then a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take some and I'll run it under my eyes. Now this is not, I don't always do this, it just depends. Sometimes I'll use even a smaller brush to do that, but for time's sake I don't think I'm going to do that now. I think I'm going to stop where I am right now and go to the next eye. Okay, do the same thing on this side. And again, up with my finger. Now this is these shadows aren't bad for, I think I paid $5 for this shadow, and they're not bad at all actually. And you know, again ladies, for as much as I am not precise with shadow, and I pretty much wear the same colors all the time, for me it doesn't pay to spend a lot of money on eyeshadows. It really doesn't. For me it doesn't. Now I still have, if you saw one of my videos, I bought the Anastasia sultry palette because I found it at Target, or not Target, Ulta for $27, and I still haven't used it, and I'm still deciding whether I'm going to keep it or not. It is a beautiful palette, without a doubt. But I don't know if I'm going to get a use out of it, and I would rather spend money on skincare. So if I'm going to spend the money, that's pretty much what I do anyhow. So, okay, so everything looks, it's just a nice, I do it just a nice wash color, just to give my eyes, you know, to emphasize my eye color a little bit, and just to open them up, and just make me look a little more alive. Okay, I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm doing it now. We'll see how much time. We're already on 24 minutes. Boy, how you ladies do this, I don't know. You guys are good. Okay, so I need to clean some stuff up, but I'll do that in a second. Yeah, I need to clean some stuff up. Okay, so for the most part, we are done with that. So what I want to do now is I want to fix my eyebrows. Now, I am not a big eyebrow person, and I still use old school. I know a lot of you ladies use the spoolies, but I still use my old school eyebrow and eyelash comb. What is this? I think this is the Sonia Kashik. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know if she's not part of Target anymore. I mean, I see some of her things, but she used to have a huge section, at least in my Target she did, and she doesn't seem to be having that big of a section anymore, and I wonder if they're getting rid of her stuff. But some of her makeup used to be really good. I haven't bought any makeup of hers in a long time, but some of it used to be very good. So I will take my Tarte Busy Gal Brows. Tarte, I talked about this a long time ago when, excuse my hair, when I said I love this, and I still really do like it because the brush is so small, and I just fill in a little bit. Now I'm trying to let my eyebrows grow in a little more. I have not had them, actually I have nothing waxed my face or my brows in, like, it's probably been 10 years. I stopped waxing my face and I just started shaving it, and one of the reasons why I stopped waxing my face is I used to get my upper line and my chin and my jaw waxed, but one of the reasons why I stopped is because I don't know if this has happened to you, but I started getting like well, almost looked like melasma, but it wasn't, but it was from the waxing. There's a name for it and I can't think of the name, I'm sorry, but it started to give me like a mask, like a I guess if when you get pregnant, sometimes you might get like a pregnancy mask where you have a darkening of the skin, which is why it looks like melasma. So I stopped because of that, and then I also stopped because I'm fortunate that I do have to shave my face, but I could get away with it because on my face, what am I trying to say? My fuzz, my peach fuzz, it's there, but it's very light, so I can get away with shaving it. And I don't do my eyebrows anymore because the older I'm getting, the thinner they are becoming, and I want to keep my eyebrows, so I don't get them waxed anymore. So I kind of do it myself. Although I wouldn't mind getting them waxed just to reshape them a little bit better than they are right now, because I'm not that great at shaping my brows. But so you get the gist. So I also have to usually use some kind of gel, because no matter what I use, my this is a clear CoverGirl. This is a lash gel. It's supposed to be for your lashes, but I use it for my brows. But my hair is unruly, so on my head and on my brows, so they never stay. I suppose I can use hairspray. I did get a new brow gel I'm going to try. I got the Boy Brow by Glossier, so I'm going to try that. I probably should have tried it now. I don't know why I didn't, but I think I'm getting a little crazy because we're running out on time here, or it's getting too long. But okay, so I did my brows for the moment. They're okay. And I need to do my waterline. So what I'm going to do is I'm having such a hard time finding a drugstore. I know one of you lovely ladies told me about Pixie. I'm gonna try that. But boy, I tried a Maybelline tattoo liner. It was, I think, where is it? It was this one here. It ran all over on me. So here what I do is, this is the Mally Chocolate Diamond. The reason I like these is because they do stay pretty well, especially in the waterline, but I like because they're a little chunkier. They're not exactly as thin as a normal pencil, as you can tell right here. And what that helps me do is get right up in this area without poking myself too much. I just kind of lay it on. You can see that. And I just want to darken this up because I really anymore do not do an eyeliner above. It's a rare thing anymore. I think it's partly lazy and partly this is just so super simple, and I think it gives a nice effect. If you can see that, it really boosts up my lash line and defines it a little more. And I like to use a darker color like a chocolate or a dark brown or a dark black. And I just keep running it. It's hard to do when you have contacts in, that's for darn sure, because my contacts start going all over the place. Okay, and then for the lower waterline, I use, where is it? Another Mally, and this one is the Saddle Shimmer. It's like it's a real pretty goldy, bronzy. It really matches the nice color of my eyes, especially on the outside, not the pupil, but the lighter brown on the outside, or darker brown. So I run it a little underneath there, and then I could see a little bit of fallout, and I just go back in with my brush. Okay, so now I have some cleanup to do. I'm trying to do this very quickly. What's the next thing? So the next thing I want to do is I want to use lip liner. And what are we going to use? I'm going to use my old standby. This is, that's not the one I wanted. I love my organizer, guys. I'm going to do a video on it. I just love it. I really do. It's just a great, here we go. It's a great organizer. I'm going to use my, you can see how small this is. My Urban Decay, it's my lip liner in Rush. I just line my lips. Sometimes I fill them in, sometimes I don't. Right now, I'm not going to. We're getting somewhere. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to clean up a little bit here. And I'm going to take the medium back again. And again, I always want everything to go up. So I see where I made a mistake. So I'm going to go up with my, this is my Age Rewind in medium. I'm going to take a clean finger. And I'm going to clean that up just a little bit. Just a little bit again. And I am going to do my mascara. So I'm going to use, I have so many, oh my goodness, I have so many eyelash curlers, it's not even funny. I'm going to use my Kevin Aquan. Curl my eyelashes. I probably have as many eyelash curlers as I do mascara. It's crazy. So I curl my eyelashes. I do one lash at a time. I'm lightly pressing and kind of pulling up a little bit. And then just holding it there. Now I'm torn about what mascara I should use. I got a couple new ones. All right. Boy, we're really going on time here. This is what I was afraid about doing this. It was going to take too long. I know you guys have short, you know, your time is short. And I appreciate your time even watching this, so I'm going to see if I have to wind up adding it. Anyhow, I got a new mascara. It's called Maybelline Snapscara, so we'll try it together. It is supposed to be clump-free, volumizing, and I think it's a, well, it doesn't say it's a tube mascara, but I think it's supposed to be something similar. But the thing I really liked about this is, I've talked about this before. Do you see that brush? It's a curved brush. Back in my day, we used to always have curved brushes, and I loved curved brushes because they really help to get right in. You know, they match the contours of my eye. They were really nice fit for my eye instead of the straight mascaras, and they went away. And I don't know why. L'Oreal Voluminous had the curved brush. A couple Maybelline, CoverGirl. So they went away for a while, and I'm so glad that they're coming back because they're one of my favorites. This isn't even as curved as I'm used to. There's one that was really, L'Oreal had the one that was really curved, and I really liked that one. I mean, it fits so nice in the contour of my eyes and eyelashes. So as you can see, I didn't use primer. I'm experimenting with eyelash primer. I don't know. I can't decide if it's worth it or not to me. I can't decide if it's worth using a primer or not, but what does this say? Allow to dry. Apply root to tip. Building look is desired. Allow to dry. I guess they want you to dry it. So I usually use 2 coats. It depends. Sometimes more. I can see where I always get mascara on the bottom, but I don't care. I just work with it and then I clean it up, and I'm going to show you how I do that because I don't do it perfectly. That is for sure. Listen, I can't be Lisa Eldridge. By the way, she's my favorite makeup artist on YouTube. I just adore her. She's a true artist in every sense of the word, and she does some great looks. And she's just fantastic. I'm sure you ladies know who she is and watch her. I like to watch her all the time. All her looks are so, I mean, she does print looks, film, TV, stuff like that, but when she does just an everyday, simple, fresh, pretty look, it always looks so nice. She's really good. Okay, so that's one eye. On to the next eye. Again, I've used eyelash curler since I have been applying mascara, which is going to be, yeah, my teens, late teens. I would never be without eyelash curler. I just love it. Oh, by the way, when I get excess mascara on, I just take a tissue, and if you see me down here messing around, I'm putting the excess mascara on my tissue so it's not too clumpy on my eyes. Well, so far this is a decent mascara. I like the way it goes on. It's not too clumpy. It's not too wet. And I'm looking at you, Maybelline Great Lash. Boy, do I hate that mascara. I don't know how that mascara is so popular. I'm sorry if you like it. I really am. I just can't stand it. It's too wet. And it just gets everywhere. And I don't know. To me, it seems like because it is too wet, it makes my lashes droop. Which is not what we want, especially at this age. We don't want droopy anything. Well, you know how that goes as you age. I say I'm bagging, sagging, and dragging. We really got to double our efforts, ladies. I'm telling you, it's something else, isn't it? Oh my goodness. It's like my doctor says, boy, oh boy, getting old is not for wimps. And he is right. I mean, it's a blessing to get older, don't get me wrong, but it has its challenges. For sure. Okay, so I grow hair where I don't want it. I lose hair where I do. And we won't even start on all the wonderful aspects of the change of life. And maybe I'll do a video on that one day. But that's been an interesting journey. My poor husband. Okay, enough of that. So what I like to do then too is I go back in and I just, if there's any extra clumps or something, not like I said, I normally would probably do maybe 2 coats, but for today and time, oh boy, we are going on a long time here. I am going to do just 1 coat and then blush. And I'm going to show you something. I really was torn about whether I should show you this, and I still don't know if I'm going to do it because I have never seen anybody on YouTube do it before. I'm sure they have, but I've never seen anybody on YouTube do it. And if they and there's a good reason why they don't, because I'm sure you guys are going to yell at me, and rightly so, when you see what I'm going to do here. What am I looking for? Oh, let's put on some lippy. Finish my lips. This is my MAC. What is this? Like I said, ladies, I am slapping this on. I could go back in. This is MAC Plum Dandy. Okay, so I am going to go in. This is my NARS Hot Tryst. I'm still loving this. Such a beautiful palette. This and the Tarte one, they're very, very nice. I think I am going to use the shade. Let me see. I like to match my lips and my... Which one do you guys think? This one? All right, let's try that one. I like to use my match my blush with my lips. If I do change anything, that's my lipsticks. I love, 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 love to experiment with lipsticks. Okay, so I just smile and just get a little on my cheeks. I know they say that when you get older, you shouldn't put your blush on your cheeks because. Or smile and put your blush on, because then when you stop smiling, then your cheeks drop. And I totally get it, but I still do it anyhow. I do. Excuse me, my nose is running. Then I do a little here and here. Now, sometimes I use a highlighter, but you really don't need to with these. And just because of the sake of time, I'm not going to do it. But I just want to make sure everything's well blended. And then what I would lastly do is I would go in and clean up everything underneath, and then add a little more of this brightener. But again, for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that. I can see that I need to... If you ever put too much blush on or too much bronzer, I always just take my wet sponge and just blend it out, blend it out. And I would normally put on even another lip gloss, but again, too much time has gone on, and I just wanted to do this for my very first one and see how this was going to go and how much time it would take. So then I'm going to show you this. Please, if you do this, don't yell at me if something happens. But if you do this, please do this very gently. I don't want to be responsible if something happens and you yell at me. And I really hesitate in showing you this, but I'm going to show it. This is my trick that I do. This is the last thing I do. And I've been doing this since I've been wearing mascara. So, here we go. After my mascara is dried, I take my eyelash curler and I go back in and I recurl. Now, I'm doing a very light press. It's very, very light. It's not anything, hard. I'm not pressing hard because we don't want to pull our lashes out, especially at this age. But it's a very, very, very light press. And when I release it, it's very gentle and very gentle, and then I pull away. So don't boom like that, because you don't want obviously to pull your lashes out. And then I take my eyelash comb, and I don't know if you can see the difference, but it just gives me that one little last curl for my eyelashes to go up like that, to curl out. Now, does it last all day? No, it doesn't. If I wore waterproof mascara and did this, I am sure that it would last, but because I don't wear waterproof, it doesn't. If I'm wearing a good tube mascara like my L'Oreal Double Extend, then it will last. But it just keeps my eyelashes lifted, gives it volume, really opens my eyes up, and I don't usually have to apply another coat of mascara when I do this. So just say I'm going out, I did my makeup in the day, and I come back, and I just don't want to put another coat, because I don't want to keep globbing on mascara. And I am not the type of person that'll wash my face and do my mascara all over, or my makeup all over. I just won't do it, because for the most part, honestly, it lasts for a while. But I may touch up blush or bronzer or something, but I just don't want to keep globbing on mascara, because then it looks too spidery. But I like to take my eyelash curler and just freshen up my mascara by using it again. So please be careful if you try this, and don't yell at me. I know you're gonna be like, oh, what is she doing? But I've been doing it forever, and I just can't stop it. It's a habit I have, a bad one. Okay. Now I usually mess around some more. I can see I still probably need some blending here and there, but I would probably add highlight. I would probably highlight the top right here with a nice lighter shadow. But again, we're going on a long stretch of time here. This is the longest video I've ever done. We'll see if I can edit it. But then I just keep blending. And then one last thing that I usually do, I'm not going to do it now because this would take too long, but I take like a this happens to be the Clarins Instant Light Brush On Perfector. I just picked up another one of these. This is similar to the Touche Éclat, except it's not that radiant rose color. It's more of a light color. And so what I usually do is I just take this. I'm not going to use it now, but I would just, you know, highlight in the middle of my eyes, probably a little bit under here too, and just to kind of freshen it up and set it and really bring some light to my eyes. But that's pretty much everything that I do. So I think that's it for now. Again, it's not, you know, it's my first one, so I hope you liked it. And if you want to see more, please let me know, and I can do another one again. Hopefully the time won't be as long, and maybe I could go into more detail. But that's pretty much it. I hope you like this, you guys. I really do. And I thank you so much for the ladies that asked for this. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I think the next video I'm going to do is supplements. And I also have some empties that I'm going to come at you with. Probably not till the beginning of the month, but I think that's it. If you have any comments, any suggestions, any questions, you know, one of my favorite things being here and doing this on YouTube, not that I, you know, put up too many videos, but I love the interaction with you guys. That's my favorite part of all of doing this, is my interaction. So please leave me comments. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions for video ideas for me, what you would like to see, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and I love to listen, and I love your feedback. So thank you again, you guys. I appreciate it. If you made it this far, we'll see if I wind up editing any of this. Yeah, that's it. And here I do a final little pop of color right on my cheekbones. There we go. Bye, guys.